Sean,
Hello.
how are you today? And how's your week been?
Week's been very, very good and very sweaty. Just been keeping busy at work and been pretty busy practicing and rehearsing pretty much from the home at the moment.
Yeah? Okay, good week. Glad to hear it. Nick, you were next. How are you? And
Yeah,
how was your week?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, working. We've been practicing in classic British style. It's both been sunny and rainy today. It's one thing we're due a storm, and it's just sort of started. So yeah, all good, thank
Oh,
you.
oh, you've got, where are you? Whereabouts are you? You getting a storm already?
I'm down near Gatwick in
Okay.
Horsham.
That
Okie
explains
dokie.
it's getting dark where I am as well, so that explains
It's
a lot.
it's coming then. It's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, poor
Just,
download.
that's just London for you, Sonny.
I'm
It's
in London.
where download turns from a desert to a swamp.
Yeah, yeah.
Mod load.
Exactly.
So hot lately. And
Sonny, how about you?
yeah,
How are you doing? How's your week been?
yeah, it's not being bad, thank you very much. I had quite a bad flu Monday, Tuesday, recovered on Wednesday, and then yeah, so I'm trying to get back in on on track, trying to get my my work ethic back to where it was rather than being, bedridden. But now it's good. I'm positive now. So
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. That sucks. Yeah, the way it drains your body and your motivation to do anything is probably the worst thing sometimes.
yeah, forcibly so, which is even worse.
Hmm. Dino, how about you? How's your week been?
Oh man, super busy. I'm just coming off of a 12-day stretch at work. But yeah, I've worked the weekend, pay the overtime while it's there. Luckily, I have a weekend off now, so I'm super stoked about that. Yeah, other than that, just I've been playing the Switch 2 a lot lately.
Hmm.
So I pre-ordered it back in April, and it came the day after release. Um, yeah, so I've been playing that. It's been really fun. Uh, yeah, yeah, trying to keep out of trouble, really.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Any of you here wishing you were at download? Considering it is we're
Oh
all
yeah,
here and everybody's having a good time there.
God, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The
I'm
lot,
going on Sunday.
oh, nice.
Oh, you're going Sunday?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Who are you looking forward to seeing? What, is there anyone specific you're going there for on that Sunday?
Pretty much Bullet, Spirit Box, Meshuggah, and Corn.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Main stage day for me.
I've
Cool,
been
cool, cool.
I've been listening to a lot of early corn within the last few days, and it's so good. Like, early corn is just something different about it, man. There's something spiritual about the early corn. It's just like unlike anything.
It's
It's,
corny.
yeah.
It's
Um,
dark.
how often are you all download regulars, or is it just as and when you can? Have any of you never not been?
As and when, really. I've been a few times. Uh, yeah, trying to think of the years. 2012, 2015, and 2019 were the years I've been camping. I went for a day in 2022 as well. That was fun. It's a great laugh. Great laugh. Very expensive now, though. I mean,
Mm.
it wouldn't totally put me off going again. Uh, yeah, I'm sure I'll get round to it. Um, yeah. As for wishing whether I was there now, no, kind of busy with a lot of other things, to be honest, to distract me. So they'll come another time. Not this year.
Well, it is festival season, obviously, and Download is just part of many, many festivals coming up and going on throughout the summer. So, obviously, you get these kind of questions and these things about like what's a festival essential and what you should bring, and everybody's got a really obvious answer. Obvious answer most of the time. I kind of want to ask you that question, but I want you to think of something that you think is essential for a festival, but isn't necessarily actually essential. So, going around the room again. Sean, what's something that you think is essential but isn't actually essential?
To take him with me for a festival, bog roll.
Okay, but that is kind of as an argument to say that
is-
is totally essential because you can't be guaranteed anymore.
You can't trust the Portaloos. You really can't. It's like a vicious game of Russian roulette with that. Either you walk into one that's freshly supplied, or you walk into one that has got nothing, and none of the others have any of them either. So you kind of have to take a gamble.
Have you ever been caught out?
Not yet. Touch wood.
No.
I've seen some poor buggers that have done, and I feel for them.
Oh.
Nick, a festival essential that only you think is essential.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was basically water and toilet paper, but we were going for non-essential. So I'd say like a what do you call them? Like a
Hiking stick?
not a flagon, like a big like metal cup or something, just to have on your belt. So
A horn.
you never know
Yeah.
when someone's going to be pouring them out, and you don't want to be left without a decent cup. And also the cups they give you are they're either plastic or
Styrofoam.
just a bit crap, really. So yeah, take your own mug, a nice Viking one, or a horn.
And a monomarth style horn, yeah.
Yeah,
They're a bit of a regular now. You can literally go to places like Bloodstock and all that, buy them from a shop there, and just drink out of it all weekend.
or a welly.
Yeah.
An old sherry, mate.
Pre-worn or
Yeah.
post-worn?
Anything watertight.
Sonny, how about you?
I can't really think of a good answer, but I do quite like you. I do quite like those military meal prep packs that you see.
Oh yeah.
They're not essential, but they're fucking awesome. And I've got a few friends who take them when we go to like Bloodstock and whatnot. And
You
every
think
time I see them,
why?
I'm so jealous because like they put a little bit of water in and they shake it, and it's just like this really hot steamy meal.
Ah.
Not essential that you can get food anywhere, but you know, bring one because they're awesome. You know, yeah,
Oh, mate.
Save you a ton of money.
MREs, they're called, I believe.
yeah. Shout out to Ed.
And when the queue is like 2 hours long and it's hot or wet, you could just go back to your tent and munch,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so cool. It's
or just
like,
sit like there looking at the line, them looking at you eating.
yeah,
It makes everyone leave to go back to their tent, and then you've gained a few spaces.
yeah.
All right, Dina, how about you?
I'm going to be really boring and
Go on.
say a pillow. Like,
You'd
I
be
don't know-
amazed how people forget something as simple as that, right?
Yeah, it's not essential. Like I've been there plenty of times before. You can scrunch up all your old clothes, like no matter how stinky they are, pissed as a fart, and probably just lay your head down on those like for the next few nights. But taking a pillow, like if you can fit one, my God,
Changes the game.
my God, yeah. So wait, would that be an essential then? No, no one else thinks of it. So I guess yeah, it's an essential, non-essential.
People
It-
are too. Yeah.
No, I think you nailed that one there. It's a non-essential, but it is because we've all done the rolled up jeans thing and your neck the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
And the clove marks as well. It looks like you're being in a fight with someone who's not even in your tent.
Right, I'm going to go back around the room, but we're changing tack now. I'm going to start focusing a little bit more on Secreum up close now. So starting with you, Sean. What does an average day in the life of Sean from Secreum look like?
An average day with Sean is pretty much trying not to crash my forklift at work, and when I'm not crashing my forklift, I'm pretty much at home playing my drums, rehearsing any ideas that have been brought to fruition with this idea, new riffs, new ideas. I put them in the station and tinker around with them on drums. Sonny sends me stuff, I send Sonny stuff. And it's pretty much just when I'm not working, I'm drumming. When I'm not drumming, I'm working, pretty much. It's pretty much my life at the moment.
Every so often, drumming while at work, or is that just not going to happen? That's too risky.
I thought about it many, many, many times, but I don't think there's a room in my work big enough to house my drum kit.
Nick,
But I do take my practice pad with me, and whenever I get a spare few minutes, I go up to my car and I just do some exercises.
Yeah. I mean, it's always stuff to learn, right?
All the time.
Nick, how about you? What's an average day in the life of Nick from Secreum look like?
It depends on which day, but I
Mm.
actually work part time in a camping shop, which is kind of handy for festival seasons and gigging because I literally can get. I've got everything at my disposal. I know what's good and what's bad, and we have plenty of ration packs. So I got the hookup. Might start a little side hustle.
We get a discount if we come to you.
Exactly. 35%, baby.
Oh my god.
And yeah,
I'm
my
so
other half the
using that.
time is here in the studio, mixing things, recording people. Sometimes Sean comes here and he hits that.
Look at that. Look at
It's bigger.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
that. Sonny, a day in the life of you.
Uh,
What's it look like?
so if I'm not working, it's just kind of boring to be honest. I try to be as productive as possible in a single day. So
Mm.
get up fairly early, go to the gym, come back, do some vocal practice because that's fucking essential. Especially in this band, the vocals are quite dynamic, so it needs a bit of practice. Once that's over, warm up on guitar, then start writing. Either writing new stuff or rewriting older stuff that I've been working on that hasn't really quite made the cut. There's been quite a
Mm.
few stuff that I've written that it's like, it's not quite good enough. Oh, let's go back to it. Let's change this, that, and the other. And then after I've done that for a day and I've gone absolutely insane, yeah, go to bed and watch something to chill me out. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty boring. Life of a musician is pursuing that perfection, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find
Mm.
that one riff or song that really kind of springs out to you, and always trying to chase that like wow factor, as it were.
Cool. Dino, and you're up.
Right. I guess if I'm not working, I get up when I want. And depending on the mood, I'll either procrastinate on my phone or play
Hmm.
some video games or find something cool to watch on TV. Pretty boring. I'm sure there's some more exciting things. But they usually revolve around my work day because I've managed to get this routine down. I'll go to the gym, 24-hour one at the crack of dawn before work. So I've got like the rest of the day free to do whatever. I'll go to work. If I'm not too tired, I'll go to like jujitsu maybe 2 or 3 times a week. That could be quite exhausting.
Hmm.
And yeah, obviously, guitar plays a big part in a lot of it. If I'm feeling inspired, I'll pick it up. If there's something that I want to practice, not necessarily Secreum material, but other bands. Like lately, I bought a new Squire Telecaster, Stratocaster, sorry, just to noodle around with at work. And during my tea breaks, I'd like pick apart something that I want to learn. Lately, it's been the guitar solos from Rosanna by Toto.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, they are actually very hard. Steve Lukather does not get his props. I will say that he is absolutely a genius. The rest of Toto are as well. But I digress. Guitar playing is essential. I don't do it as often as I'd like, but I'm grateful to be in a band that allows me to have a challenge when it comes to writing the best song since the last one. The next song's your best song in a way.
Always.
It's like Sonny said. It's just that we'll find that one riff, that one lyric, that one blast beat. Actually, you can never have too many blast beats, right, Sean?
Never enough.
Well, the strive for perfection is never ending, so that's the idea. Just constantly reaching for the next high or whatever that might mean. Obviously, you've been pretty busy recently. All this stuff, this is day in the life stuff, but has the promotion of Metamorphosis been the main thing that's kind of keeping you busy over the last couple of weeks? Is trying to push that single out there and get ears on it? And anybody can take this one.
Yeah, absolutely. We've all been doing our bit, like sharing it with friends and whatnot, friends, family, talking with people within our camp, like what else we could do when it comes to social media presence, all the stuff, all the admin stuff that you can imagine. It is a team effort. Like we all do our bit. Like whether it's like ideas here and there, or like someone actually acting on those ideas. Like it's all it's taken like a fair bit of time to get a good like system going, but it's getting a lot better, and the response to Metamorphosis has been really good so far, and that's driving us to keep pushing it out there.
Of course, that's always in parallel with the next thing. So it's like when it comes to like a release, that's almost like nearly the end of a journey, and then it's like you gotta get your head down and start working on the next bit.
Oh yeah, there isn't a single artist or band I've spoken to over years that whatever they're there to promote, whether it be a single EP, album, live show, whatever it is, immediately doesn't want us to talk about the specific thing that's happening right now. They want to talk about what comes next. And it's inevitable, of course, because you're always working on something, and that's fabulous. But I'm going to keep you guys focused on this particular track because the response has been great. I've been doing some digging as well to kind of just get a vibe of what generally people out there were saying, and it seems like the overall people really, really like it. Are you overall pleased with the reaction to it? Have you come across anything particularly negative? Because I couldn't find anything.
Not seen anything negative so far, but the response has been absolutely fantastic, and it's been nice to actually get this damn song out after. When did we start recording this? Like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
ish. So it's been nice that the whole waiting and the build up has finally paid off a little bit.
Yeah, and recording the video for it was nice and fun. It's good to see that because you kind of just stand in front of a camera. You kind of just have to put faith in the videographer to put it all together. So we only got to see it like a little bit before everyone else did. So it's kind of exciting for us to see this thing that we created alive.
Did you repair your jack input at the end? In the end,
Sorry?
did you repair your jack input because you broke that during the filming?
I've still yet to find out which part of the video you can see the wireless in my guitar, and the next shot it's just not going to be there because at that point it was on the floor, but it didn't come out of my bass. It ripped the whole socket out of my bass. But hey, it's got to keep my soldering skills up to scratch. So
It's not all the time you get to destroy your instrument for a music video.
So a little bit of like behind the scenes stories, just to kind of add on to what Nick was saying. So Sean's doing his take, he's blasting away, and everyone from like a 10-mile radius can hear, and it sounded awesome because it's under a bridge, and it just really, really sounded quite big and full. And then this gentleman popped up, and we thought, oh no, he's gonna complain, oh no. But he's standing there, and he's just like really enjoying what he's watching, and he's just like, yeah, really, really vibing with it. But it turns out that one of his friends owned like a drum company, like a big drum company. I think it was like Pearl or something.
He owns Pearl.
Yeah, his friend owned Pearl, and he was like watching and then filming Sean, and it's like, yeah, this sounds really good. Yeah, I like the drum kit. Yeah. And then he just walked away, and just like, oh.
Can I just add a bit? You say we were under a bridge. It was literally had 6 lanes of M25 over our heads at rush hour.
Nice. Wow.
And nobody was none the wiser.
Yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it, when you try and think back to what you experienced there and how it comes out. You've obviously got a very, very talented team working on that video. What they created, well, it's beyond amateurish, it's professional, it looks great, and it fits obviously your style and sound. But you said 2 years roughly to get this track, so I've got to take you back a little bit then, really, about the creative process behind it. When did that initial spark appear, and what was the kind of vision for it? Anyone?
Son, it was a back burner song, wasn't it? That kind of didn't make it onto an EP. Was that the story?
Didn't Sonny write? Wasn't that the first song that was written by you, Sonny?
Yeah, first song written by me and Dino. Didn't really work out. We just kind of put it in the back burner, and then Dino and Sean were like, "Oh, we should bring this back. Yeah, let's bring this back." And so Dino rewrote it, brought it forward. Like, oh, yeah, okay, this sounds pretty fucking cool. Yeah, let's go with this. And yeah, that's the short story anyway.
I think it was more the relentless gigging and touring that kind of pushed it back. So it wasn't like it was like we started recording it, and I think it was pretty much all written and done.
Mm.
And it was just the recording process was, quite a long time.
We were
But we went on
quite
several
a lot.
tours in between.
We were doing gigs like almost every other week, almost. It worked out. We did about 31 shows.
Something like, probably more actually.
It was
it was a lot.
It was a busy year.
Yeah, it's probably our busiest so far. Absolutely.
I
Great
mean, if studio stuff's going to get pushed back for that, it's a damn good reason to get stuff pushed back for, you know, bread and butter live shows. And obviously, anybody that's seen you live, and I have, knows how much you kill it in that department. Yeah.
Say you saw us live.
Yeah. Where it would have been, I can't remember the exact date, but you supported Infected Rain, the Underworld.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you were you, Scarlet Riot, and Infected Rain. That show. I think it was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
We had
unbelievable
full
night.
venue.
Unbelievable night.
Yeah, you guys
Our
looked
intro
right on
fucked
stage.
up.
Did it? No way.
Yeah, our intro kind of cut out midway, but the best part was somebody decided to shout out one more song. It was quite hilarious, and we just went, you know what, we've got the humour. Let's just go out and do it. Kind of took over. I was like, oh, we walked into the wrong venue.
Everything that you could think of that went well for that show went well. Like the staff were phenomenal. The bands we were sharing the stage with were all phenomenal. Like no rock star attitudes. We played the exact allocated time. We didn't go over. The crowd was phenomenal. Like you were there. Like it was like sauna by the end of the show.
The crowd response was
it was just one of those days where like everything was perfect. And it's like even now we all look back and it's like, God damn, that was amazing. You know, that was a good show.
I think everybody that came to that show, they just turned up with like, they just wanted to have a great time.
Yeah.
And that's always the vibe you want from a show, you know. But especially this time, it was, You hear a lot of gigs where maybe the sport acts, people come and see the band or just the headliners and the sport acts cut. But like the room was packed from like as soon as everyone was let in to the end. It's a great show.
It was packed from the first minute.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
Which is testament. It's testament to you guys, though, because people aren't coming down early just to catch someone they don't necessarily know. Some people will be, obviously, but most people come down because they wanted to see you early. You know how it goes. I've been to enough shows where, as you say, the room's half full because, the opening band. And then it's, we know what that's like. So if you're all packing out a room at the start of a show at the Underworld as well, which is a sweatbox and nobody wants to spend too long in there, you did bloody well, I think.
There was two gentlemen that they didn't actually originally plan to obviously catch us, but then they decided to go, let's go and catch them, and we pretty much turned them into fans. But they bought two shows after. And we had my friend Kieran was also whoring us out from the dev.
Yes.
Just randomly go like, go and see Secreum. He was pretty much whoring us out the whole time. So props to him for pushing that one.
Yeah. Shout out to all the people at the Dev. We've all had a great time there at one point or another, and they propped the scene up big time.
Oh yes, absolutely love the Dev. Right, Metamorphosis, bigger picture. How does it fit into the bigger picture puzzle of what Secreum are up to right now?
So. We're carrying on thematically regarding the lyrics and like the themes of the songs that we want to continue with. But we want to write bigger, fatter, more album-like songs that are going to be probably more fitting on bigger stages. So Metamorphosis, that first step into that like big grandiose kind of idea. The songs we have got at the moment do sound a lot different. Some of them do sound quite like chaotic and energetic, which is great because that fits in quite well. Doing all these shows that we've done, we now understand what works and what doesn't work. So Metamorphosis is just that's the start of that bigger sound that we're going to be pursuing later on down the line. Maybe not quite so progressive. Oh, some songs are, but yeah, just in a more grandeur scale. And that's how it all kind of fits in. And then lyrically, we're going to continue with what we've done with Voice of Reason and Embrace and Metamorphosis. So it all coincides together, really. It's just one stream of awesomeness. But that's a bit
a good barometer for where you're going. That's good to hear. But then we got to talk about future plans as much as anything else. And I realize you obviously won't be able to talk too much about necessary things that you have in the works. What can you share aside from working on new music? Is there any particular pointed plan that you have?
So we are going to have Charlotte Jones sing another song again. Well, we will.
Cool.
She's done phenomenal work for us. So it's just silly not to really. We haven't discussed on how many songs we want. We're just writing a whole bulk, and then we're going to choose our favorite ones and then go from there. We have discussed what we're going to do after the album is released, and we are going to start writing some 7-string stuff. But that's going to be later on down the line. So you got to enjoy the 6-string stuff at the moment, and then hold fire, and then you'll get your 7-string stuff. Can't really think of anything else at the moment. We have got a 9-minute song, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
There's no name for it at the moment. I think we've got like standard names. But yeah, that's probably the biggest difference at the moment regarding what might be different or what we can kind of give away. We've got a name as well. Not sure I want to give that away. Depends what everyone else wants to do.
Yeah, let's keep it hush hush for now.
We've got a name for the album. We're going to be with Nick again. I mean, obviously, be silly not to. Regarding artwork, what we've done before is that we've got the songs demoed, started recording it, and then Charlotte has listened to the songs, and then she come up with an idea. So the artwork hasn't really been formulated yet. We're going to wait until more songs have been progressed. So yeah, no artwork just yet. I'm not going to give out the name of the album yet. We're not too sure how many songs we're going to have. We might have 4. We might have 40. Who knows? Who knows?
Secreum are now grindcore with 40 songs.
Who knows? I can't really think of anything else.
It's like a big puzzle, really, where you get like the corners and the edge pieces, and you fill in a bit in the middle. And I feel like there's not like a linear process of write, record, sort out artwork. It's kind of all at once, and they all feed off each other. The songs that will get picked will influence the artwork when they probably influence the kind of titles, so they all are cohesive. And sections might get axed because it just didn't fit. Well, they'll go on the next one.
that is actually one big thing we did discuss beforehand before we started writing for this album, is that we want to start trimming away a lot of the fat. Like with some of the songs we've got, it kind of feels like this section, we could have trimmed that a little bit or shortened it, or just to make it a little bit more cohesive and make it flow a little bit better, make it a little bit more enticing for the audience, I guess, and also for the player. Like, after you've been playing a song for a while and it's got a long section, you do start to feel it after a while. So yeah, we've started to learn to trim away fat and rewrite certain bits that might not work as well. So just progressing as musicians, all of us, to be honest. So
definitely.
I mean, that's fabulous to hear. Look forward to seeing what the actual picture looks like in the end, but it sounds like you're pretty focused and know exactly what you're doing. I just want to throw in there before you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but you've got a couple of important shows coming up as well. June 28th, Heartbreakers in Southampton. July 20th, Rebellion in Manchester. And that's with Defenestration will be on Salvation. And at the end of August, right at the very end, 30th, 31st, Coalition Fest in London at Signature Row. Is there anything I've missed there? Is there anything extra?
No, that's it. That's it so far, yeah.
No,
we're
enough.
very excited.
Good, good, good. I'm glad to see stuff is going on and keep them busy nonetheless. Particularly because you've got to keep your name out there. And you've got to make sure people
Yeah,
are
there
paying
was
attention to you.
there was a big show in next year in July that they
Hmm.
asked to play. But we had to turn it down because we had other stuff to do. So they asked Metallica instead. I don't know if you know. No, they're quite well known, but you know what? We'll give it to the smaller band. We'll give it to the smaller band. Give them a chance. Give them a
I think you had us all going
Metallica
there.
filling for us all the time. It's a standard thing now.
Yeah, you've got to give the small guys a chance nowadays,
Good guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Watch this space.
What about goals then? Individually, I'd like to kind of get you to think ahead and look ahead. We are halfway through 2025, so we've got 6 months left this year and into 2026. What say a year? What's a realistic goal for Secreum individually? Start with you, Sean. What's a realistic goal for Secreum that you have that you would like to achieve over the next 12 months?
Over the next 12 months, definitely by the end of the 12 months, definitely have this album finalized and out there, and maybe have a potential album tour in the works or announced, at least for me.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. Nick.
Yeah, I can just echo that. We're going to be spending a lot of time in here, putting in sweat etiquette, writing, recording, mixing. Yeah, that'd be great by the end of the year. We're always there's always talk about other shows and stuff in the background, but you've got to play the ones that make sense. You can't say yes to everything, unfortunately. So there's always stuff floating around, so you never know, stuff might pop up over the course of the year. But yeah, basically.
If a big opportunity comes your way, you're not necessarily going to turn it down. It's as simple as that, right?
Yeah,
and unfortunately,
100%.
we have to let some opportunities that we would really like to do, but you reluctantly have to go. It's just the wrong time, but if it's right, it's right. We'll go do it.
Cool, cool, cool. It's good to know. Sonny, what about golf that you would like to see potentially achieve for the next 12 months?
Essentially the same as what Sean and Nick said. Record the album, release it, start doing a tour cycle of it, and then more on a personal level, I want to see Secreum become just a bigger, more established, well-known underground band, and just kind of slowly chipping away outside of that more underground niche and becoming more kind of more echoed in other countries and having our voices heard in other countries and being a bit more of a universal band rather than a like a UK based band, I guess.
Cool. Dino, and yourself?
Yeah, I echo what Sean and Nick said, and especially what Sonny said about broadening out to other countries as well. Because the UK's great. We love this country. We love all the people that we've met over the years. But it's the metal scene is it's a worldwide thing, and we believe in what we do. We believe in the riffs we write, the lyrics we write, and yeah, we just want to get out to
in Belgium.
We trust.
Yeah,
Belgium was phenomenal.
Yeah,
exactly. Belgium, Turkey,
Holy
Serbia. These are the places we played abroad so far. So more of that, more other places that we haven't played that we'd like to get out. There's many that come to mind immediately. I can't pick one right now because I don't want to show favoritism. But yeah, like I said, we believe in what we do, and we just want to write something as well that we could be proud of, like a few years down the line, and be like, yeah, that was awesome.
That's fabulous to hear. This is what you've all described there. In fact, you're all pretty much agreeing the same thing. Is such a realistic goal as it's actually your plan. It's actually your plan to release this music, get this album out, and follow that up with touring. So it's fabulous. But go back to what you said there, Sonny, about breaking out of the underground, getting your name better, more out there, and stuff like that. obviously we want you, this album, whatever the future holds, to be as successful as possible. But success is a weird word these days, and how it's measured is not exactly clear, particularly from an individual perspective, which is what I want to ask you guys. Sean, starting with you, how do you measure the success of Secreum, and what does that word actually mean to you?
Measuring the success with Secreum is how well we've been marketing and promoting ourselves, and as well as how everyone has been receiving that marketing and branching that out, as well as us also self-promoting it as well. And success for us would be for this obviously to be not only European, but also could eventually buy into and go into the US side of it. So a success for me would be if we can get ourselves at least established mainly in the US enough that we can start doing some regular stuff there as well. For me.
Nick.
Sorry, my connection. You asked me.
I did,
My
yes.
screen went blank for a second. All right. Yeah. I think it's like every musician's dream to like not have a day job where you grind,
Yeah.
and for this to be the job. And obviously, like any just music related things. So like the band, the studio, and I don't think fame is really something that I really wanted to chase. And it would seem that like the old system of record labels, you basically they have to make bands famous to capitalize as much. And you hear a lot of bands now signing to smaller labels, or even was it Archspire? Yeah, that they've just gone independent. I remember sort of nearly a decade ago now, people like Days to Remember were going independent. Social media has helped bands go independent, and it's almost a way of like, yeah, it's just getting to a place where you're working for yourself, and it doesn't mean necessarily being with like a giant label. It doesn't, although that would be nice if the deal was right, but just being able to wake up and go, yeah, I just need to play and make music and play shows or record shows. That's the ultimate goal, and whatever form that takes, fame or no fame, I'm happy with it.
Well said. Sunny, success for you. How are you measuring it?
Sean and Nick are taking all the good answers. So I mean, that's basically, yeah, it's exactly what they said. Getting to that point where you don't have to rely on your day-to-day job, and that you can, use music as a way of earning a living and supporting yourself and your family, and this, that, and the other. And that's when you get to that point, and it's like, okay, I'm here, cool. Like people say, oh, that's when the real work begins, but that's fine because we're building into that. That's what we're trying to, work to. As I see it, you people will say, "Oh, yeah, every band wants to be big." I was like, "Yeah, of course they do." But you look at bands like Cage Fight, you look at bands like Venom Prison and Employed to Serve, and like Silosis, all these bands that are big. They were small at one point. Like we met Padge from Bullet once at in Newcastle, and we're chatting away to him. We actually gave him a T-shirt, and we're like, "Oh no, take it for free. It's for free." And he gave us money. It's like, no, I want to pay for it. And his rebuttal was, I've been where you guys are. I know how important this is. Take the money. So
Patch.
yeah, he understood exactly how much it took. So, and look at where he is now. So to get to that level, to get to that comfortable level, that's when, success will be achieved. You see pockets of it sometimes. For example, like, sorry to waffle on. I was after the Infected Rain show. I was me and my girlfriend Charlotte. We were in a Chinese shop, getting some food, and a gentleman came in. So just me and Charlotte in a waiting room. Gentleman turned up, comes in, looks at me and Charlotte, and goes, "I know you guys." And this is all the way in like nowhere near where I live, nowhere near where Nick lives, like out in the countryside. He goes, "I know you guys." I saw you guys play at the Infected Rain show about a month ago, like in the middle of the countryside in a Chinese shop. Like,
Wow.
what the fuck? Oh, you guys are really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it turned out he saw her sing and like he saw our band. It's like, fuck me, man. So just little things like that. It's like, oh wow, okay, cool. That's pretty. It's pretty
Similar thing
bad,
happened to me earlier today as well.
really.
Yeah, so you're not the only one. It's a weird, it's a very weird, since it's a very weird feeling because you don't know how to respond to it. Because
Yeah,
as Nick said, you'd never go out, you're not going out to chase it, so you don't know how to respond to something you don't chase.
yeah,
And the things that you're passionate for, that you're doing because you love doing it, are giving you this fame. You kind of like don't work on it,
yeah. The success.
so it catches you off guard, really.
Oh, big time. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
particularly in those scenarios, right? Because I mean, it's not like at the end of a show you're at the merch desk. You're expecting people likely to come up and say, "Hey, I enjoyed what you did." But yeah, if you're just randomly out eating some food, buying some food, whatever, and someone comes up and say, "Hey, I know you're," like, I mean, yeah, like, how the hell do you respond to that? Thank you, I guess is that about it, right?
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
When you
I-
chased Ali Richardson, Sonny, when he was in Brighton, when he was going to rehearse for a
Yeah,
Silosis.
poor guy. Yeah. But yeah, so success would be getting to a state of comfortability.
Ooh.
Dino, you have a lot. Have you got something different here to add?
My views over the years of success at this level have changed like quite a lot. I used to beat myself up a lot about just not being sort of where I was, but I've learned over time, especially in the last couple of years, it's not about being where like a certain band at your level is right now or bigger bands. You just got to enjoy it, enjoy the ride. Like everything that's happened so far of us has happened for a reason. We get along great as bandmates, as musicians, and just friends. Like we're all great friends. Like outside of this whole thing. Sonny in particular, I've known for at least 10 years. I feel like I can count on him like for so much, and Sean as well. And Nick has his nuggets of wisdom here and there too. Yeah, I've just success for me right now is just being able to jam out with my friends, and the followings just come over time. Like the less I've focused on like certain metrics and stuff, it gets you down like a little bit. I struggle with that, but I'm in a good place with it. And success for me is being able to stay in that place, like jam with my friends, and maybe down the line, like have someone connect with the music as much as we do. Because it's a big form of expression for me personally, to play the guitar, and I guess it'd be good for someone to feel that, like the way I do, like listening to the songs back, the way I do, be like, yeah, this is something. But it all comes down to being as a cohesive unit. I think that's success enough for me, and the potential to grow.
I love that. Well said. Right. I just want a couple more minutes of your time, fellas. But we are about to change tack completely. This is Ozzy Osbourne, and a second, should say. Ozzy Osbourne is second, because the first one had an accident. In his head are cards of anything and everything, and I mean that literally. Based in the categories that we cover in our full website title, which is games, brains, and a headbanging life. So, video games, horror movies, and all kinds of music, plus some generalized questions. What I do is I randomly pull some out, and in a fast-paced way, we go around the room, and you give me an answer. There's nothing tricky in there, nothing overly complex. Some of it's downright stupid, and there are many submissions from other bands and artists too. And I will get yours at the end. So, starting with you, Sean, you are getting a gaming one: Fallout or Elder Scrolls? What
Elder
is it?
Scrolls.
Nick, same question.
Oh, same question.
Yeah, we're gonna go around the room.
I'll be lame and say that I haven't actually played either. So I don't
You
know.
It's a rare thing, but fair enough. Sonny.
So I would have said Elder Scrolls, but then I started playing Fallout New Vegas, and it's my favorite game of all time.
Nice. Yeah, that's the one that gets everybody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dino.
I've only played Skyrim. I
Okay.
haven't played Fallout, so Because I'm going to
Let's go
say
with that.
Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, and I love watching the Oblivion NPC videos.
Yeah.
Violated the law. Pay the Portuguan or face your justice.
Yeah.
Pay with your blood. Why won't you die?
Right, Kevin, vocalist and guitarist of Crossfire, asks this question. Sean, is there a drink that if you smell takes you back to being quite sick?
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Red absinthe. No, not absinthe. Sorry, aftershock.
Oh God, yes.
Cinnamon one.
Oh, that's I think
Like,
I've got
I curled a few toes with that one.
You've got to
that one. I would take more than Jack Daniels because Jack Daniels floored me 10 years ago, and I didn't get a hangover.
Sonny?
K cider.
Okay.
Yeah, good lord.
Dino.
Aftershock, Stella, Sambuca, and Wicked Blues all in one. Takes me back to when I was 17 and couldn't hold my booze for shit. It all just came out.
Everybody's got one.
If I had to narrow it down, it would definitely have to be Aftershock. That's
Yeah.
vile. It's not even like good vile, like tequila. Like you can knock back tequila. Oh, this is shit. It's amazing.
I think
it's just bad.
the only thing that can rival it is the LMC chili vodka.
Oh,
that sounds rough.
Oh well, you have to make it down to Coalition Fest. It may or not be there.
Brad basically has attempted murder charges on him for that.
I'm not even kidding. I missed about a group of 10 people doing the shot at once, and I came into the room about 5 seconds after, and the scene was akin to like a war hospital on the front line.
yeah.
It was just people fighting for everything.
Right.
Kill everyone.
I still have picture evidence of the New Crossing men's toilets.
Yeah, but I've got
there must have been about 2 or 3 people actually laying down in the
Brad
toilet.
was on the floor, passed out underneath the pisser.
Oh, I like the New Cross Inn, but the toilet's not clean enough to be doing that.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think he was.
now.
I don't think he was in a state that he gave a shit. He just wanted to lie down, regardless if it was piss soaked or not.
Yeah, we've all been there. Right, Sean, what is your favourite animated TV show? Or a great one, if not necessarily a favourite?
Futurama.
Really? That's a rare choice. Okay.
I've been on Futurama ever since I can remember, and it's just been, I love it, especially Bender, because he's just an idiot, but that's why I love him.
Yeah, it's a great show. I'm not a big Simpsons fan, but I like Futurama. It's funny that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick?
Being a parent of 2 small kids, I unashamedly like Bluey and watch it unironically.
It's their time.
Sometimes they leave me watching it.
I mean, at least I know obviously it's aimed at children, but at least it's got a lot of educational elements to it.
Oh, the depth and the subplot of like in the background. It's like the Easter eggs are amazing.
And they're too young to understand. You're like, you'll get this in 15 years' time.
Sonny?
Oh, Futurama. It's one of the most intelligent shows, in my opinion. It's so good.
Dino?
Wow, Sonny, your answer actually floored me, considering you send all of us Simpsons memes on a daily basis, and we quote, and 60% of our conversations are Simpsons quotes. I guess I'm gonna have to say Simpsons just be basic on that note. There's so many others, but goddamn, untouchable in its day.
I mean, same creator, so it still works.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, have you ever broken a bone?
Not yet. Touch wood.
Touch wood for sure. Nick?
Yeah, I broke my ankle clean off.
Wow. How old were you when you did that?
It was during COVID where I had to shut the studio. I got a job for DPD. I jumped out the back of a van, and I was holding some car tires I was delivering. and the curb's there. My foot landed exactly on the side of the curb, and my ankle went so far over. If I could show you my leg,
Don't demonstrate it again.
I had gravel in that bit of my leg because it had bent over so much.
Oh my god!
I was about to say,
And then
Oh
I
my
was
God.
fired.
Is that healed? Like, well, like, do you notice that is it okay basically now?
Sometimes when I extend my foot, it gives an almighty pop.
Right.
So that just keeps it in check.
God damn.
Yummy.
So yeah.
Sonny, have you broken a bone?
I broke my leg once when I was about 11, 12. I was it's quite morbid to say. A situation happened where my leg snapped out of its it snapped, and then I had quite a while for it to heal, and I needed physio. So yeah, I broke my leg. That's about it.
Do you remember much about it beyond just it happened? Or do you feel it?
Was it your shin or your femur?
It was like the midsection of my leg.
The knee?
Yeah. Under the kneecap. Yeah. Between the kneecap and between the ankle, that kind of section. I don't remember much of it. I was quite young, so I don't remember much of it. I was it's quite young. So
Oh, thank goodness.
That's my only claim to broken bone trophies.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Big.
You could do it once.
Dino.
Do it once.
I fractured my thumb coming off a moped on the way to work once. I must have been about 16 or 17. Just hit a patch of black ice. I could see my moped sliding in front of me. I was sliding on my belly like I was going down a water slide. I could see it 5-10 feet away from me. Then I got up. I could barely move my hand. They said it wasn't a fracture at first, but then they called up a couple of days later, said, "Oh, we looked at the X-rays again. It's actually a fractured thumb. Put your hand in this cast for 3 weeks." So it's not really a clean break as such, but yeah, it hurt. It hurt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they say, don't they? I've never experienced either. They say, I believe, that sometimes fractures are worse than a break or more painful than a break. Depends.
Yeah.
I think fractures are definitely more painful.
Yeah,
You
it wasn't nice.
can still move it and still feel the pain. I don't know. I can't speak from experience.
Nope, fair enough. Sean, what did you want to be growing up?
An astronaut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not honestly, train driver.
Yeah. Any specific line, company, the tube?
Specifically freight trains, because no freight train is ever different from ever the same. And there's always that curiosity of what are they carrying?
Why did you not pursue it?
Never. Just it was something in the back of my mind that I just kind of had, and other things kept me occupied when I went to college doing construction, then got into the music business, doing this, and now I look back on it, thinking, would train driving, especially freight training, give me the leniency of having time off and allowing to move my shifts around that the current job gives me now, kind of thing. So it's a vicious double-edged sword of I want to do it because I love doing it, love that type of stuff, but will it allow me to do what I love doing now? So either way, one will be sacrificed.
Indeed, I've worked for London Underground for the last 23 years. I do not drive trains, but I am a station supervisor, and I can tell you right now, you would not be able to do a full-time band doing that job. So yeah, it would have been a struggle. Oh well, yeah, they say. Nick, what did you want to be growing up?
So, almost equally, I ever wanted to be a chef, lawyer, because of Jim Carrey's Liar Liar.
Amazing.
Or a fighter pilot. And I'm quite into cooking. Still, it's fun getting creative on tour when you just don't want to have fast food, in an Airbnb, actually rusting something up. I've had plenty
Get creative if you remember your sandwiches.
Well, exactly. In previous bands, I was the one in the car park with a gas stove cooking like a curry while everyone's eating their meal deal. It's actually so I don't think I had any chance of being a lawyer at all. Zero. That was just a love for Jim Carrey. But I went to a job fair purely to go into the military, and I was like, to keep my parents happy, I was like, well, if I get enough GCSEs to go to college, I'll go to college. If not, I'll go to the military. And I got literally the requirement I needed to go, and I was just like, military music. I like playing music. I'll just do the music thing for now. So that was a fork in the road.
Yeah, there's another part. There's another life, a very different life that could have been lived.
Yeah, I could have been on a different tour.
Wow.
I think I worked it out because we were bored in the shop once. I think it would have been, I would have just missed Iraq, and it would have been Afghanistan, which was a nice bullet dodge, pun intended.
Yeah, no kidding.
Carve your name on a bullet.
Funnily enough, I wanted to be an RAF pilot as well.
Oh, right.
The way up until I was like 14, and then I got met a whole bunch of friends who are musicians and rockers and skaters, and then the RAF kind of dream kind of faded and turned into a music dream. I mean, I'm still quite fascinated by aircraft, and I still like going to the museums, and me and my girlfriend are looking like where to go to like for the next air show. So hugely fascinated. Like when I grew up, I was quite into the Apache helicopter. I've always found that like as a really beautiful piece of engineering.
Oh, mate, Jungle and Desert Strike.
Oh,
Do you ever play them?
yeah,
man.
So I wanted to be a pilot, but now I want to be a musician. And I feel like I'm taking the better route because, good lord.
But it's cool that it's the passion for it still remains. The fact that you're still actively getting involved and you want to do these things and see these things. That's cool because it normally doesn't happen. You got dreams as a kid and they just fade away. So it's cool.
I just want to do a barrel roll. That's it.
I want to experience G's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dino, what did you want to be?
According to my primary school yearbook, I wanted to be a Power Ranger.
Oh, any color? Which particular color?
Red one.
Red, yeah, red. It was red, even though the green stroke white one was way, way cooler. But yeah, I think I got to about 9 years old, just shortly after I started playing guitar. Discovered Jimi Hendrix. I think I heard Voodoo Child like for the first time. And yeah, that was it. I was like, yeah, I want to do this. I'll find a backup job, like in case it doesn't work out. But I've got to stick on this path. It's so cliche. I wish it wasn't such a cliche answer. But my God.
The Power Rangers theme tune is definitely a gateway drug to metal.
Yeah, that's a great example. That is a rocking tune.
Shameless plug. I actually covered that on my YouTube channel that I started over COVID, and one of my covers was the OG Power Rangers theme.
Nice.
Mighty
Morphin.
Shout out the channel. What's the name?
So type in Dino Coldham guitar. I haven't uploaded anything for like 2-something years because I've had a lot of stuff come up in my life. And honestly, I've just been focusing on writing, like for Secreum in particular. I wanted to channel my energy into that. So there will be more videos at some point. I cannot say when though, but there's plenty there to watch. Dino Coldham guitar. I can't remember what the handle is, but yeah, it's on there.
Hashtag Shrek.
Cool. I'll add it in the comment section. Good to hear that. Obviously, the focus is all on Secreum right now. Moving forward, Metamorphosis is out now. Anyone can hear that. And then just pay attention to your socials as you build towards what comes next. Of course, the live shows, June 28th, Heartbreaker, Southampton, July 20th, Rebellion, Manchester, end of August, 30th, 31st, Coalition Fest in London, and anything else that crops up along the way. Well, we shall find out. It's going to be very exciting to see, and I can't wait to hear what comes next. Secreum, guys, Sean, Sonny, Nick, Dino, thank you so much for giving me your time. We've gone, well, an hour, so we should probably call it now. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Before we go, big shout out to David Silver for recording the video.
Yes.
Shout out to Nick for recording us, and shout out to Sam Kelly Wallace for organising everything, the interview and the video and everything behind the scenes. So thank you ever so much, guys.
There is so much more than just that makes a band tick.
Charlotte Jones for doing the artwork. Fucking amazing.
Artwork.
There's a lot of backbones in this band.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Guys, you've been fabulous. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.